What's up, guys, and welcome to Trendy Talk podcast. My name is Amy Lauren. I'm a Scottish girl living in the Balearic island of Mallorca. I'm a health and fitness entrepreneur, and today I've got a very special episode for you guys. I'm thrilled to have a special guest and dear friend of mine joining us. She's a powerhouse businesswoman, originally also from Scotland, where she's built an incredibly successful business. Now she's embarking on an exciting new adventure, bringing her entrepreneurial spirit and experts to the beautiful island of Mallorca. She's here to share her journey, insights, and the secrets behind her success. Please welcome the queen of lash lifts and brows, it's Hog.
Hey guys.
Hey darling.
Hello.
I'm so excited to have you on.
I know.
Because this was so spontaneous. It was like, should we do a podcast tomorrow?
Let's just do it.
Yes, let's do it. And you know that I love that because I'm also like that. Like I don't overthink. A few people that I asked to come on the podcast, they're like, oh, yeah, just let me and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. And we haven't got, normally I have a whole kind of thing built.
Some prompts.
So, yeah, exactly. And we've got
nothing. We are just going with it.
Exactly. So Ez and I, we know each other for, how long do we know each other now?
I don't know. I don't know how long. Over a year?
Yeah, maybe over a year. Or even like just a year-ish kind of thing.
Something like that.
Yeah, it could be that. So we met each other actually at a kind of health, kind of wellness event. And we immediately clicked because we're both Scottish, living in Mallorca. And not only that, you have your own business and I have my own business.
Exactly.
And lately, it's really cool that I got to go and see your business in Scotland.
Yes. Yeah.
And I got my brows done. And my mum got the cool works as well. So it's so nice because I really respect that you have your business. I was so shocked when I walked in. She's got all these girls running around. They're all busy. It was insane. And also I loved like the aesthetic of your place as well. I know how much effort goes into that as well. So I fully respect that. But then you're also here. So running your business from here, from Mallorca, is in Scotland. I was like, how the hell did she do this?
Yeah.
So it's quite intense.
Yeah.
But let's go back a bit. So how long have you had your business for?
So it's coming up to 8 years.
8 years now?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
I'm 27.
27.
Yeah.
So you started off at like 19.
Yeah, just before I was 20, yeah.
So where did that idea come from?
To be honest, it wasn't planned. And my aim was never to have a beauty salon or anything like that. I studied marketing.
Okay.
But between me and some close friends on a trip to Torrevieja during the summer, we were there for like 3 or 4 months. We came up with an idea and I was just going to run it. I was just going to do the marketing and run the business side of things. And the girls did treatments. And as things started to roll, it just ended up me being opening a business. And yeah, that's how it started. Yeah. But I was young.
So it's called
Boss Scotland.
Boss Scotland.
Yeah.
And there you're basically focusing on the lashes, the brows.
Yep. Lots of different beauty treatments.
You've got nails as well, haven't you?
Nails, wax and lashes, brows.
Yeah. No, it's honestly like, I'm so happy with my brows.
Oh, I'm glad.
And the girls were just so nice. They were like, okay, what kind of shape do you want? And I was like, I want them high to the heavens, baby.
High to the sky.
I was like, high to the sky.
Laminated.
And my mum actually has never had her brows laminated. And I said, Mum, you're going to love it. And she was like, I don't know. Okay, whatever you say. And now she's like, she's addicted now.
Yeah.
It changes your whole face. And it's such a simple.
That's it.
Kind of, for people that don't know what a brow lamination is, what is it?
So it's basically the relaxing of the hair. So it volumizes them. It makes them in a nicer shape. For girls that don't have a lot of hair, it gives you more of a fuller eyebrow look.
True.
So it's definitely something that's been in the trends now for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
It's the go-to brow treatment, I would say now.
How long does it last for?
So everyone's different depending on your hair type. Around 6 to 10 weeks is normal.
Okay, so I'll be back in Scotland in like 9 weeks then.
Great.
Exactly. And then you also do the the
Lash
lashes.
lift. Yes.
The lift.
So that is our number one
Right.
treatment and why we are who we are and why we're so popular.
It's amazing because my mum has also never had that done. And she was like, oh, fantastic. She was like, I don't even need to put mascara on anymore. It's done.
Yep.
You know, I've went like ultra fake. I've got the
lash extension girly. That's
and I'm in a hamster wheel with that.
Yeah, you're either or.
Yeah, well, the thing is, see, when you start any of these things, you're gonna get addicted, and you're like, when is the next time I'm getting this done? And every time I swear I get my lashes done, I'm like, this is the last time I'm getting my lashes done. This is the last time. And then like a month later, I'm like, hey, have you got an appointment?
Yeah,
like shit.
It is an addiction for sure.
It is. So you started off. You were what, like 3 of you, kind of just starting off.
It was just me running the business and one girl doing treatments.
Okay,
that's how we started, and within, I'd say 3 or 4 months, we realized that it wasn't taking off and it wasn't working.
Okay.
And that's what projected me into, okay, I'm going to go and do a course. So I was on a website looking at beauty courses. Me, who was not girly, wasn't interested in this type of thing, scrolled down some courses and I seen a lash lift and tint one. And I thought, how hard can it be? And I went and did a course. And that was the best thing that I ever did.
That is so crazy.
Yeah.
So
random.
When you first started your business, it was like failing.
Yes.
And then,
it was so failing, not broken even, nothing.
Yeah. Then you were like, okay,
I have to save it.
I have to. I mean, that takes a lot because some people can open up their business and be too stubborn to realize that they have to change something in their perfect idea. So for someone that is wanting to open up their own business, like they go, but where do I start? Where I have this idea. How did you start?
Yeah. Well, I think the older you get, the less risks you take.
Yeah.
So start young. If you have an idea, you have some sort of burning passion, go for it and don't hesitate. I got pen to paper instantly. I started researching, looking at other salons, other businesses. What were they missing? What were they not doing? Checking out prices. I was accessing everything that I could as well in terms of like business gateways and going to events and listening to people that had the results that I wanted or the success that I wanted. Listening to them, reading books.
Did you know that like Glasgow was where you wanted to be?
I travelled a lot around that time. I feel like I chose Glasgow because it was easy. I was living there, I studied there.
Yeah.
So it was accessible, it was easier.
It was familiar.
Yeah, and I had some sort of network as well there. You know, I was young, so I was still partying and going in clubs and I was in the bathroom with the girls and I'll be like meeting people, I'll be like, oh, give me your phone, follow Boss Scotland. Give me your phone, follow. Everyone was exchanging Instagrams. I'm exchanging my business Instagram.
Yeah. It is, you have to be like that, you know, all the time, like on it and thinking about it. And I think when you have your own business, there's never like an off time. Never. Sometimes I'll wake up at 2 a.m. and I'll think of the stupidest thing. I mean, now it's your phones, but I am quite old school. I do like a pen and paper and I'll literally write it down. Or I have a group chat for my business, which if you don't know, I have like a healthy food cafe. And I write it in the group chat and it'll be something so stupid like, oh, we need to order almond milk. And they're like, you're not sleeping. Like, what are you doing? And it's just like, oh, it just came into my mind.
Yeah, you don't turn off.
No, you don't. But saying that, you grow such a love for it. Like you love when it's thriving. It is hard when you have hard days and there's a lot of problems and a lot going on. But when it's ticking over and you're seeing the results, that's so fun. You know, like now you're at a stage where you see it's busy.
Yeah.
So you run it from here. So we were both in Scotland at the same time. And then we went to London. And when we were in London, I seen Ez in her business mode and we were in a taxi going to the airport and she was on the phone to this girl, to that, sorting out schedules, this and that. And I was like, wait a minute, how do you run your business from Mallorca? One thing, but two, there is a time difference. Yeah. It's only an hour time difference from Mallorca to Glasgow. But I realized when I was in Glasgow, I was calling up my business and I'm like, why aren't they answering the phone? And my mom's like, because they're shut. And I'm like, oh shit. And then, you know, in just that 1 hour, and then I had an Instagram message, a woman wanted to reserve a table for 5 people. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I mixed up the whole time. And I was like, how the hell does she do this with like hundreds of appointments?
Yeah. That was one of the hardest things, was I had to like adjust my brain, and an hour sounds like nothing, but when your business is based around appointments, it is everything.
So how do you do that? Do you have like a watch on at that time or something? Or
I just know if it's 8 here, it's 9 there. Like I had this instant, it took a while, of course. It wasn't like that automatic. A lot of mistakes happened at the beginning for me because of this. And now my brain is so wired that my Google Calendar is in the opposite time. Everything is completely sorted so that doesn't happen.
Because when I was in the UK, I think I was there for like 5 or 6 days.
Yeah.
When I was booking appointments for here for the following week. So I was like, I was saying to like my personal trainer, like, oh yeah, this time, then I'm putting it in my diary. Then I get here and I'm like, no, wait a minute, what time did he say? Because that's a bit weird that he wanted that time. Or even like my posing coach. Like I think I missed one of my classes because I booked it when I was in Scotland, and I came here and I was like, oh shit. So you've got that down to a T.
Got it down to a T, but at the beginning, no.
How many girls do you have working for you now?
Now 8.
So you went from failing, 1 employee, to success and 8 girls. That's insane.
I wouldn't believe it. Like looking back now, not at all.
Do you have a manager that helps manage things for you?
Yes, of course. To be honest, that's as of recent, I would say in the last 18 months.
Yeah.
But before that, no, I was doing it myself. But again, that's where you learn these things, you know.
And did you always have to go back to Scotland?
I went back much more frequent than I do now. But again, I ran most things from over here. But I learned that my biggest weakness throughout the whole process up until about a year ago was not outsourcing.
Okay.
So outsourcing people to do things that I can't do, or that I don't have time to do, or that I'm not physically able to do.
Do you think that was something that you learned throughout having your own business? Was because at the start I'm just speaking for myself, you feel like you want to do everything yourself.
Of course.
And then I feel like the biggest growth that I've had in my business for me as an owner and a manager has been to source people's strongest points and see their weaknesses and just use their strengths. So I always say, like, you can't teach a fish to jump, you know? So for me, then I will load little bits of work onto different people that I know she's actually better than me than that, or she can handle that and I don't have to do that because I've got this going on. And it is something that is hard.
It's letting go.
Yeah.
It is so hard. I mean, I think that kept me stagnant for a long time. It kept the business at the same position.
Yeah.
Because of me. Because of the not wanting to let go and not wanting to share the responsibility.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you, because I think it's also for you because it's your baby. You're like, okay. So, and then with the social media, do you still run that now?
So I would say it's probably 50-50. I outsource for that. So I have a subcontractor that does social media for me. So she'll come in to take content, she'll edit, we'll plan grids together, we'll have, certain posts or have different motives, and we're both behind it, but she physically does the part that I can't, which is take the content.
Yeah, true, because you're not there. I know it's one thing. Actually today I've from 7 a.m. until half an hour ago, I was doing content. So we did content today for Just Amy Lauren. We did obviously for Trendy Talk. We did for Coco's, and we did for Matcha a Day. So my head's like
fried. But content is a huge thing. It's the biggest part.
It's huge. And do you know what? I actually sometimes I don't like creating it. I don't like creating maybe for Coco's and for a Matcha a Day, because you have to make the food look pretty and the drinks look pretty, and I've got zero patience. You've even been at one of my Matcha shoots. You were
perfectionist,
the model as well, and it's like, you put nice cream on top of a drink, and 2 minutes later the cream's
you're
flat.
on a ticking time bomb. And
then you're like, you're saying to the photographer, right, you ready? And then then you put the drink out, the lights changed, and you're like, Right, deep breath.
Yep.
Okay, fine. But that's why I brought Izzy in for that shoot, because I know she's great at that.
Yeah.
So it's
Yep. And it takes something off you, and it does help.
It's
Like
the letting go
having
thing.
some other opinion and some other view and vision. I used to be so against it. God, if I could tell myself this now, like back then, I'd be like, no, it has to be this way. It has to be perfect. It has to be this. And having her name's Ellis on board is honestly incredible.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't now function without having Ellis.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
I have to have Ellis, and
Do you
it
feel
helps.
as a business woman
Mhm.
that it's nice to have women around you?
Yeah.
So like a girl team.
Mhm.
Because it's funny, if you'd asked me that question like years ago, and you would have said, even before I had a business, oh, you're going to have a business, it's like all kind of girls, I would think, oh God, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
Like that's the worst thing.
Mhm.
I would have thought immediately there's going to be arguments, there's going to be bitchiness. But I have to say that this is just me speaking from my experience, is that I do like having a girls team.
Mhm.
And the girls that I have around me in Coco's, having Amanda, having Izzy, they're very driven girls.
Mhm.
However, I feel that, and this can be taken whatever way, this is just my opinion out of my experience. I'm 33 now. Oh God, I've never. It was my birthday a couple of days ago. I haven't said that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, how horrible. I'm 33 now, and I feel that this summer I had to hire some girls in Coco's, and we've had a summer.
We've had a summer.
We've had a few hirings and firings that have happened very fast. And I feel that sometimes like this new generation, it's like they don't really have the same drive as us. We were in London and we went to a matcha place, and this guy was making matchas, and he must have been about 21. Huge queue. If that was me, I would have been like, right, let's get this sorted. Bum, 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 bum. Let's get it out. Customer service, clean the surface. There was matcha all over the surface. He was like this. He was like this.
He was given nonchalant. Like he was chilled.
He's like asking his colleague, like, is the queue around the corner? If I was his boss, I would have grabbed his drink out his hand and been like, yes, and we're going to cut it down like that right now. Hurry up. Like, where is the work?
Yeah.
And I've had a few of that in
this summer,
Coco's this summer. So how do you feel that is with a younger, because your girls, I think, are
they're young. Yeah. We have a mix, but I think hiring is a skill in itself. I think I've got better at it over the years. I've made mistakes. Yes, of course. I've overlooked things. Yes, of course. I would say with my last 3 girls that I've hired, I just hired someone yesterday, which is exciting, but I just knew, and bear in mind, I'm interviewing on the phone, so I just go with gut. I mean, a girl that I've just hired recently, her name is Grace, and did we talk about anything really beauty related? No. But that was why. She had a personality. She had a bit of something about her that wasn't just like about work, and I liked it, and I thought, you're a good fit. And now it's all about, are you a good fit? It's not, I think at Boss, because of how many clients we see per week, no matter what, your practice is going to increase. You're going to get really good at what you do because of the amount of people that you're seeing. So that's something we can work on, we can get good at. But do you fit into the team? That's something that is an immediate yes or no. And I prioritize the team now rather than, are they the best at the skill? You'll be the best, but do you fit the team? And I think that for me is just so important.
Yeah, team's huge. Huge. I do stuff. I just had a team meeting yesterday and I write down the points with everyone. And that's also something that I've learned. You have to learn when to pat your staff on the back and be like, well done, good job. But I've also learned, which has been a huge learning curve for me, is being extremely firm from the start. Because I know if you're not firm from the start, you're going to have so many more problems. It is. And maybe sometimes I think she probably thinks I'm a bitch. But it's like, if I don't do this now, if I don't say this and don't make it clear, I'm going to have so much problems. For an example, just so that people that, you know, are out here and listening to us and they are like, you know, thinking, oh, I'd like to start my own business. If you aren't firm from the start, for example, on someone using their phone. So a new person comes in, they're on the phone all the time. Well, the person that's been there for a couple of months is going to be like, oh, I'll also grab my phone. I'll also be on it. Before you know, they're all on the phone. You've lost complete control of it. It's went on for months and months. And why would they take you seriously after you saying it after 6 months of them all being on their phones and customers are coming in and they're on their phones? You know, from the start, you got to be like, that should be right in your bag. I don't even want to see your phone. If you've got a family emergency, let me know. And it's hard to be like that. How do you deal with that, with not being there?
Again, a lot of leadership development. You know, I've read a lot of books about being a leader. I've been people's bosses and I'm younger than them. That dynamic is extremely difficult.
Yes.
You have to be good cop and bad cop, you know, and you have to be strong about it. Like I tell the girls, this is my baby.
Yeah.
You know, this is as close to me having a child that I can have right now. And this is my baby. And, you know, as long as I know the team dynamic, if it's so good, when it's good, you should be able to pull them aside and be like, look, let's have a chat. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't right. And
how do you do that though if you're not there? Do you phone them? So let's say, what would be the scenario? Like,
so when I was last home, you know, of course we talk about all the good stuff and talk. But for me, I'm coming there and there every day. So when I come over, I'm seeing things fresh. You know, so if something's slipping, if something ain't good, it is so clear I see it so clearly that, I make it known. You know, of course, number one of the best things I learned, the whole salon is cameraed, right? So I know what's going on, when it's going on, when things need checked. I know if someone's using their phone excessively or whatever. So, you know, having a manager to refer back to, doing check-ins and things like this, it's important. But being bad cop is all part of the job. It's something that's so hard, especially when I love the girls in the salon. Honestly, they're such a good team, and you know I've hit gold. Yeah, but you have to be bad cop, and I think they respect me more because of it.
Absolutely, no, it's completely like that. You know, even we had our staff meeting yesterday, and I said, okay, I want to make these menu changes. I want it to be like this, and of course, you have to sometimes, you know, say to somebody like, why is when you make that, does it come out differently to when you make it? I'm telling you, make it like this. I want it the same. You know, but then I also do things like with the team, you know, we'll do like a little trip in summer, you know, it's really good for that. Or we'll do like a Christmas dinner, you know, we'll always do something, you know, to try and create that good team spirit as well.
Good atmosphere,
so important. Extremely.
It's huge,
So would you say when you were starting this, was it just pen and paper? Did you know what you wanted it to look like in your mind?
Yeah, like I suppose it's changed on so many different directions. You know, when the plan was first created, does it look like that? What I wanted to when I was 9? No, of course not. No, I did not.
That's a huge thing, actually, because
the way it is.
There was a girl opening a business near me in Coco's, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm still waiting for this side, and I'm still waiting for this, and then I can open." And I just said to her, "Just open.
Just do it.
Just open." Because believe me, I've changed Coco's many times. You go in, you see it, you don't like it, this and that. You see if it doesn't work. It's also kind of like when you build a house. You realize after time, you're like, oh, actually, that idea that we thought was amazing and was going to work great, we don't actually use it. You know, you've got to make changes and you've got to be flexible, and you're never going to have this perfect thing in your mind.
You can't be set on anything.
Exactly.
And that's just part of being an entrepreneur. Like if I was resistant with things, for example, my idea was for it to be more skin related when it first opened. God, if I was resistant against the way that the lash lift and tint took off, my boss wouldn't be the way it is now. Like you have to just divert and follow the way it's going. It has its own ideas, to be honest with you.
I think it's also your team is there they're seeing things all the time. So at the very start, for example, of Coco's, we're going to take a small break from Trendy Talk, guys. to let me introduce you to Coco's Deli, a beautiful little deli in the heart of Puerto Portals, Mallorca. This healthy cafe does amazing coffees, lattes. It's there for your breakfast, brunch, and lunches. There to cater for gluten-free and vegan, and of course, that famous matcha latte. See you soon. I'd made menu changes. I mean, I don't know how many times I've changed the menu. Like, I've now given up. We just have a QR code now because I'm like, I'm not printing these menus again. Yeah. Like, I just can't deal with it. So, but when I did the menu changes, I would ask them, like, do clients like this? What's the wrap that's most sold? What's the salad that's most sold? Okay, should we switch this for that? Is that easy to make? Is that fast to make? Is it and then you get into it, you know? So I really think that in a business, you should obviously have a vision. One of my goals for next year is to open up a matcha cafe. And right now, probably people are sick of me going on about it on Instagram, but all I do is go places and try matcha, you know, because I want to see their prices, the taste, what they're doing.
It's market research.
Yeah, like I want to see, I'll take a picture of like, oh, I like that bench, you know, that they've got, or I like that idea, or I like those t-shirts, or it can be anything, you know, oh, that sign's a good idea, oh, the bathroom, that's funny, you know, whatever it is, take hundreds of pictures of it, put it in a folder, and then you probably, it's your inspo, but you filter through it and be like, oh, no, I don't like that anymore, that's crap, no, I prefer this, prefer that. Then, of course, you think of location. And one thing that I've hugely learned with location is when you feel like you found a good location, you go to it at all different times of the day. So first thing in the morning, later on, like every 2 hours, go and see how that location is. Oh, tiger.
Yeah.
And also, one huge mistake I made when I opened up a healthy cafe in Germany, which was like a failure, but probably my biggest learning curve, was I didn't realize that there was a traffic light near my place, and everyone would cross this traffic light and leave the part of my street, and also where the sun was. Yeah. And it was a huge mistake. I immediately realized.
But now you would think footfall, you're thinking all these things now.
Now I'm like, wait, if I was to cross the road, would I cross it? And I'm like, oh yeah, I would pass mine. You're perfect, you know? Yep. So those little things I would definitely consider as well. So talking about growing and matcha cafes and expanding yourselves.
Yes.
You're thinking of, well, you are going to grow and expand.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So I am planting my roots here in Mallorca, finally, after 3 years. I'm opening a beauty and wellness space in the city in Palma.
So excited.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait.
I'm going to be there all the time.
Yeah, you're going to be my number one.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
So this is a little bit different to Boss Scotland.
It is, yes. Purely because the capacity that Boss runs at is not how I'm looking to run this. This is going to be a lot quieter.
You say this, but you're going to be so busy.
I know. I'm going to be busy, but not at 250 lash lifts a week busy, you know? So
will you be doing lash lifts and brows here?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be, yes.
And then, but then you want to concentrate more on the skincare element of things.
Skin. I love skin. I love anything skincare related. And that is basically what I'm basing the studio all about, is things that I love, things that I'm passionate about and that I like and that I can talk really well about and educate online as well. Not just have an in-store presence. So yeah, and all things wellness.
I love that. Well, Ez is super into it. And actually when we were in London, I all of a sudden, and I think I know what it's coming from. I think it's coming from my face wash. Yeah. Because I have it again. I am so dry here. Like ridiculous. And Ez was like, oh yeah, you need this. And I was like, okay. I was like, Mum, go and buy me this. Yeah. Like you're like, oh, you need this and this. And I was like, okay, perfect. Let's go to Boots. Let's get it. Yeah. So you are really into that. Yes, and also you were also like, you also send me ideas for like, I mean, I've just got my birthday present from Ez. Yeah. And it's very cool. It's very skin related. And I can't wait to try it all.
Love. Absolutely love.
I wasn't so into skincare. And I only kind of got into it maybe in the last like year and a half. Like I'm super into it. But I think for people, it can be such a, like they're lost.
Yeah, it's daunting.
Yeah.
Super. Yeah.
Because there's a lot out there.
Yeah, it's huge now.
But I think that you've tried a lot and you know what works.
I just love,
Yeah.
it's an obsession. Obviously, TikTok is huge. And
Yeah.
I've been so educated on there and obviously inspired, but also
the trends
pushed to
and
try a
everything.
lot of things. Yeah.
That's so
And
exciting.
I love it. I just think it's huge. I think Korean skincare, that side of the world, is so advanced on things as well.
It's so huge. You know, they have, I don't know if it's Japanese or Korean, but they've got, here in Palma, I got invited to it they invited me on Instagram, but I can't have it done because I've got extensions.
Head spa.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. Yeah, this is huge as well.
Very cool.
Yes.
And do you know what? I mean, I know this isn't, well, maybe it would be so cool if you opened this up here. But in LA, there's a place that I go to. And it sounds so bizarre, but it's the best experience ever. Like, I was like, fucking hell, this is insane. I seen it on the Kardashians years ago. And it was owned by Kimora Lee Simmons. I think she was together with a famous music producer, and she was a model. And she had this spa in Beverly Hills. And I went there, and it's basically, they do a scrub on you. Yeah. You're on not a massage bed.
So like hammam type of vibes? Like
kind of, but it's very like it's like you're in a huge shower and you're lying on a bed, but it's like plastic. Okay. Because you've got showers on top of you. Okay. Okay. No, it's insane. I know. And I don't know if you're naked. I can't remember. They give you little underwear and stuff. And these Korean women, they're wearing kind of like towels and they're scrubbing you,
like manually scrubbing you, right?
God, like the scrub, they've got like gloves on that are like scrubbing you. Wow. They scrub you, and when that's all done, they then put these hot showers on you. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It's like 5 showers. Like,
sounds so good.
And then they wash your hair for you. Oh my God, this was pre-extensions. Oh my God, it was so good. Yep. And then they massage you.
It's amazing. Full shebang.
I love this whole thing. Yeah. What do you know Tatcha?
Yeah, like I've heard of it. I've seen stuff on TikTok.
I kind of like the Tatcha.
Yeah.
I'm in like my little Tatcha era. And I think that's Japanese, right?
Yes, it is.
So my mum was dying because you can't buy Tatcha here in Mallorca. You can only buy it online. And when we were in London, I was in Selfridges and I was like, I'll have 2 of them. I'll have 3 of them. I'll have 2 of them. And she was like, right. But they didn't have most of it. They were all sold out. And then on my birthday, she got me all this Tatcha stuff. And she was like, I was dying when I was shopping with you because you were buying it all.
She couldn't say anything.
You just stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But things are so viral right now.
Yeah.
You know, especially anything from Japan. Like skincare, match, everything.
It's huge. Have you seen this thing? I don't know what it is. It's like a mask that you put on. I don't know if you peel it off, but it leaves your skin like glass.
Yes, BioPeel.
What is that?
It's called BioPeel. Yes. So you sleep with it overnight on.
It's amazing.
It's white when it's on and when you first put it on and you wake up and it's clear.
Yes.
You pull it off. Unreal. I love them. They are so good. I'll put you on.
Of course you tried.
They are amazing. No, really, really, really good. And they're Korean. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Super good.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So this asks you about your logo for Boss Scotland.
Yes.
So the logo, it's kind of Kylie Jenner-ish.
Oh, really?
Well, because
I suppose, yeah,
yeah,
I get it. Well, I've had it for 8 years. I've had the same logo. When we first opened, we were red and pink. Crazy because I'm not a pink girl, but here we are. And in 2021, we transitioned to neutral.
Yeah. Okay.
So the logo was the same, but we changed over. But yeah, Kylie vibes. Yeah, I see that.
I know Kylie Jenner copied you.
Imagine.
Copyright Kylie.
I know.
But why? So it's basically a mouth with teeth. We'll put it here in the video. But why that when you're doing lashes?
Yeah, I don't know. It was, we had a brief with a graphic designer.
Yeah.
Me and a few girls from friends as well. And yeah, that's what we decided. And I wanted something bold and different. I didn't want just some swirly writing.
Yeah.
I wanted something that people can see and think, yep, that's Boss.
I also like it because it's called Boss Scotland and that logo is quite attitude-y.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what it was about. Obviously, the name Boss.
Yeah.
That was
it's like quite bringing that attitude.
Yeah.
Do you think, are you like kind of franchising that idea and bringing it here to Mallorca? So is it going to be very similar or is it like completely not connected?
So we'll be a sister brand. So, you know, I'm taking everything that I've learned and of course, the lash lift and tint is the most popular thing because we do it very differently to most places.
Yeah.
So I will take that over. So yes, we will be Boss España here.
Boss
España. And yeah, we'll be a sister brand.
That's so exciting.
Oh,
I can't wait to see everything to come together.
I know.
And when you're opening up a business here, so I've also opened up a business abroad.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was living in Germany, my German wasn't good. It's very stressful. You
Mm-hmm.
feel like very lost. You feel like every day you've just got hundreds of hurdles in front of you, you know, because
Yeah.
I'm sure here they're like, oh, but you don't have the,
Yeah.
you know, like no sé qué license. And you're like, what?
Cita previa.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Yeah, you're just like, what? Like,
Mhm.
what are you talking about? In Germany, it's normally like, oh, but you don't have the, Atmungsamt und Amt. And you're like, what the fuck?
I know.
What's this? It's very hard.
Yes.
And I think in those situations, it's like deep. There's a lot of deep breaths. There's a lot of, and just keep
Yeah.
going on.
Yep.
Are you using, like, for your logos and your marketing and everything, are you using the same people you've used in Scotland for that?
So yeah, digitally, yes, it's English speaking people that are helping me with that kind of side when it comes to websites, booking sites and stuff like that. Obviously, physically, manual labor and stuff like that. You know, it's hard. You're a girl in business.
Yeah.
You know, are you taking it seriously? Maybe not.
You've also learned that here in Spain, when you're waiting for a workman to turn up to paint the freaking walls, he just doesn't come.
No, they're having a long siesta. They ain't coming. So
So actually, my mom's husband is going to help us.
That's it. Keep it in the family.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you get David to do it? And she was like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, he's done this. He's made the whole podcast as well.
David was there when he said he was going to be there. He came in, quoted. It was just like, text me yesterday. We're still good for the 15th, 16th. I'm like, yes, absolutely. That's exactly what I said. And I feel more chilled. I know what's happening. You know?
Because it's very much like when you have your own business, especially at the start, it is extremely overwhelming. I mean, in my first, I would say even like year of Coco's, I didn't even know what the hell was going on half the time.
Yep.
And I didn't have time to control that or do this, or it's a lot, you know? So the more that you can get everything more aligned before as well.
Loads of lists.
Huge, all the time lists,
it's
you know?
Lists all the time. And when you knock something off, something else adds on, and it's just forever going. But I've been there, I've done it. And I feel like this time around, I am more relaxed. Like I am more chilled.
What do you feel is the difference between your first time around and this time?
I've learned so much. I've learned so much. I've made so many mistakes, and I'm very big on make the mistakes, make so many mistakes. I was well aware that people that start businesses, their first 2-3 might not work. I was aware of that. And I think I was determined not to let it fail. But because I was so determined, I had to learn so much. I was 20. I had no idea what I was doing. I had no financial help. So I was working many jobs, trying to get this off the ground. Like I learned so much.
Are you still in the same space as you were when you first opened?
No. It was half the size.
Okay.
Of what? Not even, like a lot smaller.
Yeah, because now you're like 3 or 4 units put together.
4.
You?
Yep.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's just grown. Just grown.
Would you ever consider in Glasgow, because whereas is like she's inside a building.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Would you ever consider having your own shop?
Yep.
Where it's
so
like
a storefront type of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, so when I first opened, we weren't either ground floor. We were above, and the aim back then was, oh my God, I need a shop window. I want to be on the high street. I want to, have a big glass window with the logo printed. And as much as that sounds amazing, I would never now. Never. And purely because we are appointment only, if we have any. The girls don't have time to deal with walk-ins, to talk to them, to explain to them how we don't have appointments. We don't have space. It's appointment only. And no, we wouldn't.
It's funny because with with Coco's, this happened it was actually a couple of weeks ago. And before, if I'd got an email or a contact about a catering, you know, we're 10 people at this, I would be like, right, we're doing it.
Yes.
And and writing the menus and and putting in so much time and making sure, okay, the right chef's on, come in early, I'll pay you for those hours, all of this just to get the catering. And it was funny because I got another like kind of request in for a catering. And I said to my mum, it's actually for us not worth the hassle. Like, and I was like, I feel bad saying that.
Yeah.
But we're at a stage now that we don't need that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So that's also a huge point, is realizing when you have to, like, stepping up and taking things on, and when you go, no, we'll do that another time.
It's okay to say no.
Right now, it's exactly. The word no is extremely powerful, and I'm learning it. Because yesterday, for example, I just had a day. I was like, I am so done. Like, I was very stressed. A lot of messages came through. My head was banging. And I was actually meant to film another podcast. And I actually said, I actually can't. Like, and that's a huge thing as well.
It's so hard, but it's so important.
Exactly.
You have to say no.
So when we were in London, different subject, we got to go and see the girls' bathroom. It was so fun.
Yes, it was amazing.
It was very cool. We went to the Royal Albert Hall, seen the girls there, and think how much they've grown as well. Like, they're huge businesswomen. This is no joke.
Huge. This is not a small time thing that they have going on.
These girls, right? Because people will be like, "Who? The girls? What? What's that about?" Yeah. It is nuts. Their tour bus was huge.
Yep.
Sponsored by Garnier Skincare. Yep. Their merchandise. It was packed. The place was full.
It was the Royal Albert Hall.
They had 2 shows on the day that we went. Yeah. Yeah. It was all full.
They had to add a daytime show.
It was a great laugh. It was 2 girls. And you know what? I'm full respect to them, because when you're 2 girls and you spend that much time together, they probably had their ups and downs.
Of course.
And during that, they're doing their YouTube videos. They even do their own makeup themselves. I'm like, where have you got the time to do that? Yeah,
they have blown up massively. And I just think I wish when I was younger, I had role models like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have an older sister, but if I had something like that, that would be amazing.
It's
and I think
true.
They are people's role model, and I think that's incredible.
Yeah, I feel like that. And I think, but you and I maybe look at it a different way than people, because we're looking at it as like, holy shit, like business women.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, they were €100 a ticket or £100 a ticket, or what it was. Like, these girls are charging.
Yeah.
And the place was packed.
Oh, they're bringing it in.
They're bringing it in. Like, they're doing it well.
Yeah.
So with that, with friendships and business, and do you feel like the more successful you've got, the less friends you have?
It's been a journey. It's been a process. I think when I was younger, when I first opened Boss, I hadn't figured it all out, you know. Most of my friends all worked a job, and absolutely no hate to people working a job. But I was left alone a lot. You know, I was on my own a lot. Which again created a different type of person, and it changed me, not being around my friends all the time. Do I think my friends around me now are more entrepreneurial? Yes. And I think you gravitate towards that. And I think it's normal. I think it's so important about who you surround yourself with. And over the last 3 years, I would say, or 4, I've been so particular about these things. You definitely become like the people you're around. So selection is important.
Absolutely.
But yeah, some people, you know, that I was friends with when I was 19 are definitely I'm not friends with now. And they were not here for the ride, to put it like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Like, if you want to see who your real friends are,
start a business.
Start a business.
Start a business.
Because you'll see 2 things. The ones that all of a sudden, they want something from you.
Yep.
All of a sudden, like, I'm sure.
For free, right?
For free.
For free.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you've had like, just like get my lashes done, my nails, and this and that. Of course. Can't wait. And then they just kind of expect it for free, and you're like, wait a minute. You also find out who your real friends are the more successful you become. It's like, who are the friends that when you're locking up the doors at 10 o'clock at night, you're absolutely done, send you a message or come and see you.
Yeah. Or sit in silence with you.
Yeah.
You know, can sit and not talk at all, and you can just be in someone's presence. Like, I think I've cracked the code now, I would say. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah.
I've learned, the signs and things like that. It's hard, I think, being friends with someone that has a business. It is not easy.
No.
It's not easy that you must have to stop what you're doing immediately, stop a conversation, stop anything that you're doing with your friend to deal with your business.
Yeah.
That's a different world.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because don't take this the wrong way, but you're not a great communicator. Like if I send Ez a message, I could be waiting a day for a reply, but I get that because vice versa. And she'll get me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas if I was just like
I'm so guilty.
doing nothing all day, I'd be like, what's wrong with you? Like, why aren't you replying to my message? And like, I've been waiting. And she's like, well, I've just had 100 million things to do,
Yeah. And I think learning not to explain yourself, it's like there's no need to excuse. You are busy. And the thing is, when it comes to replying to people, so guilty. My friends will laugh hearing this, most honestly really laugh, but it is on my list, right?
Yeah.
The conscious list in the day. Must respond. Should respond to that. But, and you'll know it, like some things take precedent.
Yeah.
Some things come out of nowhere. I mean, some shockers happen to me throughout the day, and I have to drop everything that I'm doing because I can fix it or I need to deal with it. And I think, friends that understand that are so important. And again, this is why you gravitate towards entrepreneurial people that understand the position that you're in. I even think like with me, and I've heard this from other friends, but when people are around me daily, people will say to me, like, you just don't seem like you have a business, or you don't seem like it. And I think over time I've learned that just because we look a certain way or act a certain way, or I like to go and get my hair blow dried, or I like to go and do these things, that it's impossible for them to get their head around what you do and that you have a business. And so some people that means you don't have a job. To me, I think it's a really important job. I'm important in charge of people's wages and paying their mortgage. And, I think it's, the stress that comes with that is unbelievable. But you need friends that understand. Understand your situation.
And I think that the more you have your business, the more confidence you get. So if you took me from like 2 years ago when I was, or 2 and a bit years ago, or actually I think it was just 2 years ago when I was starting Coco's, like if I would go and get my nails done, I would like lie and be like, you know what I mean? Because you'd be like, oh my God, the girls are going to be like, oh, she's not doing anything. And it's like, do you know what? If I want to go and get my nails done all fucking day, go for it, because it's my fucking business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's my time.
It's imposter syndrome. Yeah. And I'm so guilty of that. I have it, and I think a lot of people do. Yeah. And I remember you said to me in London, when we're here and when we're there, you need to plug your business. You need to, and you're telling me, and it's not that I don't know. I know it, but inside me is still 19-year-old Ez that was thinking, I'm going to open a business. I'm going to tell my mum and dad that this is what I want to do, and it's going to go amazing, and they're going to be so supportive. I mean, it's the same version. It's happening again, You
got to put yourself out again.
You do.
Because we were in a perfect situation. All these women that I knew are like the clients for Ez. And I was like, Ez is going to open up a new business. And Ez just goes, yeah. And I'm like,
plug yourself.
Okay, I'm like, tell them a little bit about it.
But again, this is, everyone has strengths and weaknesses, and your strength is now, maybe 2 years ago, maybe not, but now you can talk and say, I have this. This is what I'm doing.
But you know who this is funny, who's giving me confidence to do this? Yeah. You're going to never, ever, ever expect this. David from Fit Club. I knew you were going to say that. I'm sorry.
I actually knew you were going to say that.
David from Fit Club. Yeah.
We should all take a leaf out of David's book.
Absolutely. His Bible. Should. His Bible. What I mean? No, he's giving me that confidence, because when I was going through a very shit time, he made me realize that I had a kind of community, as he says, around me. And we wanted to do this event together. And he was like, yeah, you bring your community, I'll bring mine. And I was like, my community? I'd fucking, what's like me and my dog? Like turning out, I don't have a community. And he made me realize I do.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
That's that.
And he plugs his business very, very well. Very well.
All the time.
And why shouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Why shouldn't he? I'm so happy for him and everything that he's achieved. I think he's done incredible, but we should take a leaf out of it for sure.
Absolutely.
He is he is the plug.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So thanks, David.
Yeah. Watch me become a plug.
Exactly.
Just watch.
Oh, you'll be doing collabs with Boss España for sure. You'll be given, like, if you're a member at Fit Club, you got to get a little % off Boss España.
Yeah,
there you go.
100%.
That's it done. And have a matcha latte from Coco's Deli.
That's it. Yeah, we're going to combine. Oh, of course, we're going to be serving matcha.
I know that.
España. Let's be serious.
I know that.
Of course.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Of course.
Because you have come a long way. Now you're actually talking about your new chapter and your new business. Crazy. And I really can't wait to be at the opening and support you. And you know that I'm always here for anything you need.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for everything. You have taught me a lot.
And any skincare that I need, I can't wait to try the mask that you've got me.
Worry.
I know. Thank you so much, darling.
Yes.
So we are also going to be sharing Ez's Instagrams down below as well if you want to check them out. And very soon you'll be seeing Boss España and you'll be seeing me there. So thanks guys for watching. Stay trendy and we'll see you at the next one.
Bye.
Bye.